Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning ladies and gentlemen. Selamat pagi, salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan. I'm Muhammad Solehuddin as the main presenter and third author of this paper. First of all, I would like to bring my deepest gratitude to the PT-PGRI for conducting ICDESS 2022 and for sure for giving us a chance to be a part of this prestigious moment. Well, let me introduce our team. There were Mrs. Masnuatul Hawa, Dr. MPD as first author, Mrs. Sutrima MPD as second author, and the last Mr. Abdul Ghani Asrar as fourth author. Now, I would like to present to you about our focus study and share some interesting yet important findings of study. It would be very appreciated if this will be an informative start of our discussion. Ladies and gentlemen, the title of our paper is Procedure Text Website or WETROS as a medium to implement independent learning for junior high school students. The background: learning procedure text related to 21st century skill for students is important for students. Learning procedure text is very important for students because by learning procedure text, it can improve students' knowledge and insight about the steps or stage that must be taken before doing something. Through procedural text learning, students will also be taught what to do before doing something so that they can foster an attitude of confidence in doing something. The problem of the delivery of procedural text material is the conservative method of learning. In the delivery of procedural text material, there are often problems of saturation and learning that occurs only in one direction. To make learning in procedural text more fun and students can learn independently, effective learning media is needed, one of which is learning using the procedural text website or WETROS media. So WETROS possibly the needs of students to get interactive media and internet-based learning. Next, this study aims first to describe and explain the process of using WETROS procedural text website as a medium to implement independent learning for junior high school, and to describe secondly to describe the result of using the procedure text website or WETROS to implement in independent learning for junior high school students. Next, the method. The method used in this study is a qualitative descriptive method. The subject of this study were second grade student of SMP plus Maulana Malik Ibrahim Bojonegoro. The instrument in this study used tests, observation, interviews, and questionnaire. Data collection was carried out through several stages, includes observation, interviews, and distributing questionnaire to students. Next, data analysis. Data analysis was carried out by data reduction, data presentation, and drawing conclusion. The result and discussion. The result of this study emphasize firstly the content The procedural text website or retros has several menu components including home, display all the information on the website. Profile contains several information of the web builder such as vision, mission and objective for the creation of retros. Pretest contains practice question to test the student initial abilities on the material to be discussed. Material contains the materials of procedural text level 1. Next, material contains material and practice question for level 2 procedural text. And the last post-test contains practice question to measure student abilities after studying procedural text material through the procedural text website or retros. For the response, students learn and gain personal satisfaction by using the retros. They felt more enjoyable and it will be more challenging for students to learn to relearn due to the easily access web or medium of retros. In the discussion, I will explain that learning to use procedure text website, also known as retros, is complete in several stages. Before the learning procedure text, firstly, students take the pretest, a form of initial test that measure the student initial ability and serve as a formative assessment. Then students are instructed to read the material about the procedure text that has already been provided in the retros menu. Secondly, the student open the video menu and a video about the procedure text is shown in this menu. And the third, the student open the pretest menu which contains questions that contain fundamental question about the procedure text. The fourth, game level 1, wherein student will be given evaluation question in the form of games at this stage. Fifth, game level 2, wherein students who have passed on and obtained sufficient scores in level 1 can continue to level 2. The sixth, post-test, wherein student will be given 10 questions at the final stage of learning. So the purpose of this post-test question is to gauge the degree to which students were able to successfully follow the learning of procedure text through the procedure text website or retros. In the paper, we can explain student satisfaction question. In learning procedure text material using retros are used to assess the success of learning procedure text using the procedure text website or retros. So according to the questionnaire, students who strongly agree or most satisfied and agree or satisfied with the effective of learning using retros are 83%, while students who disagree or unsatisfied are 6%. This data shows that using retros is an interesting and enjoyable medium for students to carry out learning activities for the procedural text materials. The last conclusion. First, the process of using retros procedure text website as a medium to implement independent learning for junior high school. We know the use of retros has several stages, including pre-test, inviting students to learn through Waitrose Level 1, inviting students to learn through Waitrose Level 2, and post-test. Second, the result of using the procedure text website to implement independent learning for junior high school, including there was a pleasant atmosphere in the learning process.